Hey man, let me get an IPA.
Which one? We got a West Coast, a black IPA, session IPA, and a rye hazy double IPA on cask. There are many different varieties of IPAs, so when you see the style on a menu, it can be a little intimidating. So today we're going to cover a few of the varieties you're most likely to see while you're out and about, and hopefully give you a good starting place when it comes to exploring the world of IPA. When most people think about IPA, what they're actually thinking about is West Coast IPAs, which is appropriate because it is one of the styles that built craft beer as we think of it today, and almost every single brewery has at least one of them on draft. They tend to be bitter and piney, citrusy, hints of grapefruit, and between about 5 to 7.5% when it comes to alcohol content. Now, a note when it comes to alcohol content on beer, because the terminology can be a little confusing. Anytime that you see session, that just means that it has lower alcohol than that standard range of about 5 to 7.5. So usually in the 3 to 5 range. Anytime you see double or imperial, they're going to be a little closer to 7.5 to 10%. And there are even rare triple IPAs and triples of other variants of beer that they're going to be pretty much anything over about 10%. So just keep those in mind next time you're trying to select what to drink, otherwise you might be in for a nasty surprise after your second pint. New England IPAs are the relative newcomer to the pack and have been kind of taking over the world of craft beer as of late. They tend to be also called hazy or juicy IPAs, and the descriptions are appropriate since brewers do almost everything in their power to keep them cloudy and rich and full-bodied to help accentuate all of the fruit flavors and aromas that they tend to also have. They also tend not to be bitter, so if that's the aspect that turns you off of IPAs, they might be perfect for you. If you've ever had Treehouse Brewing's Julius or Sierra Nevada's Hazy Little Thing, you've had a New England IPA. Next up are milkshake IPAs, which are just New England IPAs that have had lactose added. So why add lactose? Well, they're an unfermentable sugar, so they stay in the beer. What that does is give the beer a little more of a full body and helps accentuate those fruit flavors even more, but they also tend to add extra fruit to help kick things up a notch. If you're an IPA fan who happens to also have a sweet tooth, they're probably the beer for you. Now, while the term IPA might stand for India Pale Ale, these days not all IPAs are actually pale. They actually come in a wide variety of different colors and each has their own unique qualities. First up are black IPAs, which are, you guessed it, black. Dark roasted malts tend to give them hints of chocolate, dark coffee, and maybe even a little bit of caramel. They had a brief moment in the sun a few years ago, but are relatively uncommon these days. Next up are white IPAs, which are, well, yeah, white, or at least a very pale yellow. In addition to that, they're not just differentiated by their color, but also by the ingredients that they use. Things like coriander, orange peel, Belgian yeast are all pretty common in white IPAs. And if those ingredients sound familiar to you, it's because it's pretty much the same ingredient list as a Belgian wit beer. So if you've ever had Blue Moon or Allagash White and thought to yourself, boy, I wish this was bitter, white IPAs might be right up your alley. Finally, you have red IPAs, which are, you guessed it, red. They're more like an amber ale with the hop level of an IPA. So if that's something that you've been enjoying and you're looking to step it up a notch, check them out. IPA is a broad spectrum of different flavors, aromas, and types. So don't be afraid to go a little outside of your comfort zone and try something you've never had before. Because if you don't think you like IPA, chances are good you just haven't found the right beer for you yet. Thanks for tuning in, stay safe, and stay positive. Craft Course was recorded at Sugar Creek Brewing Company in the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm Aaron Gore, your producer is Ernest Stevenson, and if you're looking for more great content, check us out online at www.beerwith.me. All of them. A Pilsner, but it's really, really hoppy. We have bourbon barrel-aged Berliner Weiss, but it's not sour. It's made with chocolate, no barley. We have a rye ale made with wheat. Hold the rye. We do Bloody Marys on Sundays. You're still recording all of this, aren't you? We make a blood orange pale ale. It's done well for us though.